Sunday, April 8th.
Nice.
About 1:30 in the afternoon.
Nice.
Beautiful day.
Uh-huh.
And it's episode 14
It's
of
true.
the Casually Toxic Podcast. It's me, Cirrus, and Ian.
Yep, I'm here.
Special guest, Jeremy.
I'm also here.
Scotty on the production, on the ones and twos.
Always gotta go.
Matt, not here.
Sadly,
Yeah.
Matt has left us.
Had an appointment,
Mm-hmm.
shoving things up his booty hole. He's very good at it.
It's
they
true.
pay him a lot for it.
We respect his profession.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we couldn't be doing this without the
Matt-
financial backing. of Matt,
Matt's
so,
giving us the.
Yeah, so we really appreciate what you do for us,
This
Matt.
this podcast would not be here without booty hole money.
Episode 14 is dedicated.
Yeah,
to
that's why
all
we
the
don't
Matts.
have any ads on this show. We don't ask for any donations. It's all thanks to Matt.
Yep.
The title of this episode should be Booty Hole Money.
So we got some video games to talk about, man.
Yeah, some shit went down this past week or
Specifically, PAX East went down.
so. Yeah, PAX East. And they talked about some cool shits. People were there. Spiderman was there.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic.
September 7th.
September 7th.
That's crazy.
A little far away from my tastes. I really wanted it to come out in the summer, like June-ish, or like end of May. That would be cool.
All right, this just may be me, but like, did everybody know it was going to be a PS4 exclusive? Like,
Yeah.
for some reason,
I knew it was coming out on PS4.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, they said
remember.
Insomniac
Yeah, I
Games.
figured it was because
Is Insomniac
Sony.
only?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, but also Sony owns a Spider-Man IP.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Which is fucked up.
What can you do?
Yeah. But,
I have a PS4,
yeah.
so I don't care.
Not all the movies
Give
are
them money is
terrible,
what you
so.
can do.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. That's what this game Spider-Man is like really cementing that I'm gonna buy a PS4.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I want to play Persona and Monster Hunter.
Yep.
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Now
Last of
Spider-Man.
Us.
Last of Us 2 is coming out.
You have any interest in God of War or anything like that?
Yeah, I want to play God of War. I
comes
only
out
played the
soon.
first God of War. I didn't play 2 or 3, which
That's-
I know are fucking awesome.
I don't know how people feel about that. I know we're not talking about God of War, but the first one to me is the worst one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like 2 and 3 are fantastic, and it's not a bad game.
I remember walking over to my friend's house in 9th grade, and he was like playing God of War 3, and I was like, "Yo, what is this?" He's like, "It's God of War 3," and it's like the final fight where he's fighting Zeus.
Yeah.
And it's just like push circle, and you just like mash his fucking face like it's
Dude.
like fucking tomato. Like,
Yeah.
You can't even see
It's a
his
bloody
face
ass
anymore
game.
at the end. I was like, "Yo, this game's sick, dude."
The first boss I think is Poseidon in God of War 3, and you know like that game's famous for its quick time events. But I remember the way you kill him is the button prompts are click your thumbsticks, and you
And you
literally
gouge
just
his eyes.
punch your thumbs into his eyes,
hell yeah.
and
God
then
damn.
use that as the grip to throw him off a
Hell yeah,
cliff.
dude.
I wonder if
I really
there's-
like how this one's gonna be Viking mythology.
Yeah.
That shit's dope.
I wonder if
Yeah.
there was a kid that tried to like convince his parents to let him play an M game, and he was trying to convince them to
That
let him
one?
play God of War. Because like I had to do that to play Halo with Blue Blood and Aliens,
Really.
bro.
I had a
can't even
struggle getting
imagine.
M games back in the day. My parents were the kind of parents like I didn't see like a PG-13 movie until I was like
13.
11 or 12.
Really?
Like at a friend's house, like yeah.
My mom tried to do that, but I think when Jackass came out, it went all downhill because we weren't allowed to watch it the night my dad got it on DVD.
Yeah.
So me and my brother literally just sat next to the door of our room listening to my dad laugh his ass off. And then the next night, my mom went to bed, and my dad was like, "Come on, you guys gotta fucking see this. You guys gotta see this."
Goddamn.
Oh, dude, that
When he
shit's
butt
awesome.
chugs the beer, it's hilarious.
So Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Saw some gameplay. That actually looks really good.
It looks really fucking good. I loved the old Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
On,
Oh, yeah.
Most people played on PlayStation. I played it on GameCube.
Hell yeah, that's the true console.
What was the original one that came out for like Nintendo 64 and PS1?
I don't remember that one.
It was
That's a throwback.
It was fantastic. That was the one that I played the most. I didn't play like the PS2
Yeah, I played
era
the
ones.
ones based on the Tobey Maguire movies.
Yeah, I didn't play much of those at all.
Yeah, it was Sam Raimi.
It was just
movies,
called
I suppose.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Those games were dope. And ever since the Arkham games came out, I've just been like, why haven't they made a Spider-Man game that's just this?
I
with
thought that was
Yeah.
going to start. I thought
Like,
I was
why
gonna-
wouldn't you? It's so simple. Because
I
like
thought we were going to start seeing every single superhero get
at least
an
like the big
amazing
ones.
game.
At
Yeah.
least like yeah.
Who did Rocksteady?
Rocksteady,
right?
Rocksteady,
yep.
yeah.
Have they done anything else?
I think they did.
I don't know.
No,
I don't think
I'm thinking
so.
of the Just Cause people. Never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
looks
just
like they're
Batman.
just
I was gonna say Max Payne. But
Urban
that was
Chaos,
not them.
Riot
Yeah.
Response. I don't know what that is. Though.
Like I always wanted Spider because like I don't know. I guess during the time when the first Arkham games came out, we weren't like sick of the fucking grimdark, like I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like always nighttime.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. By the time like Arkham City came out, I was probably like, why don't they make a game that's like sunny with Peter Parker cracking jokes all the
Right.
time? Like,
Well, see, and what I think, because like with this game, it's kind of one of those things where, it's been done before, but you don't really have a precedent to set it to, because there
Yeah.
have been bad Spider-Man games as well.
oh yeah,
But the reason why I think I'm like confident in it is because of how the game came about. Was just Marvel went to Sony and said, we want you to make a game with our IPs, and then Sony went to Insomniac and was like, hey, we want you to make a game. Which Marvel do you want to use? Which Marvel universe do you want to use? And they pick Spider-Man, and they don't have to follow any of the canon of the new
yeah.
universe.
I'm so glad that they're not doing the fucking movie tie-in
Yeah,
bullshit.
and they just can do whatever they want with it. To a certain extent.
I feel
Yeah.
like you give an IP like that to Insomniac, and there's no way it's bad.
Right.
Like, there's no way that game.
Yeah,
is
watching
bad.
those videos from the Game Informer, like exclusive shit, like watching with I guess he's the director or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you can see like he's got like the passion for it. I really like the way that he's talking about like specifically the web slinging that like people are always on about. Oh, Spider-Man 2, the best web sling
Right.
in the game. But the thing is that like it's so important because like if you're gonna spend the majority of the game like traveling from place to place, like it better be fun.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're just gonna fast travel and like spend your time looking at loading screens like
Yeah.
Skyrim.
Real quick, have you seen how they do fast travel?
No.
It's-
Oh, he rides the subway,
Yeah,
right?
and he's just sitting there on
He's
the
like looking
phone.
on his phone. Yeah. Yeah, because like they did have that absolutely down. I think in Batman, once you got like glider upgrades, like like flying through Arkham was like so awesome.
And that's another interesting thing about Batman is like the first one's kind of like a Metroidvania kind of like of a game, and then City and Night and I guess Origins too, but they became like the open world traversal.
Yeah,
games.
City was
Yeah.
like Arkham Asylum is really good.
Yeah.
But it was a
Arkham
different
City
kind
is
of
just,
game,
like,
really. Yeah.
Yeah,
It really is because it's very linear.
Yeah,
And
and that's not a bad
Yeah,
thing. It's
I
just
still
different.
enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like the villains got better play in Arkham Asylum.
I do
because
too.
It was linear.
One of
I do
my,
too,
you know.
it kind of sounds ridiculous, but like for me, when I'm playing a new game, I like open world is good, but it's sometimes it's too much, and so like linear stories are really like in my wheelhouse. Like
I hope-
Metro
yeah.
is like a really great game series.
Because
I love the Metro
you
series, yeah.
can't distract yourself
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
other shit you think
And-
is going to be fun, and then
And the
ends up being
narrative's
boring.
better
Yeah.
because like the
the
designers don't have to account for you like doing all this extra or like
Exactly.
oh you come to this part of the game way later than you're supposed to.
You can
and you're way
fine-tune the
over-leveled and shit.
experience.
Yeah,
So-
you can be like we know exactly how it's gonna go down.
Fucking like, can you imagine? I mean, it sounds ridiculous. Like if Doom was an open world game where it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
you just have to kill things and then kill
Yeah.
a certain amount of bosses.
That's what they did. I bought the fucking the new Tomb Raider game or the newer one. It's not. It came out
The
like a year or two
Rise
ago.
or whatever?
Rise of the Tomb
Oh,
Raider.
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
After I played the first one, the reboot, and I enjoyed that one a lot. But this second one is like way more open world and way more. It has like crafting. Like crafting is like a core part of the game.
Really?
Yeah. And it like really like put me off from playing the game as much as I enjoyed the first one. Because
Yeah.
the first one like. I don't know. I liked going through the tombs. That's like my favorite part.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you play Assassin's Creed and you go into in Assassin's Creed 2.
You gotta get Ezio's armor
Yeah,
or
the
whatever.
Ezio armor.
Yeah.
Like that was the most fun part of the game, and like that was like my favorite part of playing Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit. But like I don't know why they thought the guys at Square Enix were just like, no, you know what people like is like hunting bears and like making fucking bow and arrow, like making arrows that you can.
I mean,
like,
that
hunt
can
people.
work, but it's
So
just
no, like
it's
I'm
gotta-
sure, like it got really good reviews and a lot of people like that game.
Yeah.
But if you
But
go
it's just
into
not
it,
why I wanted to play the game.
Yeah,
That game
exactly.
did have a lot of tombs in it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I just want to play the tombs. Like I don't want to do any
Exactly,
other
yeah.
shit.
Seriously. I guess hopping off Spider-Man, Spyro
Yeah, they
got a remake or
there
trilogy.
were
announcement.
rumors. It was like weird. There was just like rumors like, hey, it's coming out. They're
Yeah.
remaking Spyro, and then like the next day, like the full reveal.
And it
came
looks
out.
really fucking
It
mean,
looks
good.
fucking
They
awesome.
saw-
I'm gonna get that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I did not grow up with a PlayStation. I missed out on a lot of these PlayStation games, but I played Spyro a lot at friends' houses.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know. I feel like they don't make those kinds of games anymore.
Not really, no.
Those just like collectathons.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
what was the one that just came out?
Ukulele.
Ukulele,
yeah.
and it turned out it was like really bad, right?
Well,
I've heard
I don't
mixed
think
things.
that it was really bad. I think
Yeah.
it was really bad by people who like are fucking in love with Banjo-Kazooie. And
Yeah.
they're just like, why did you just make Banjo-Kazooie again?
yeah.
Where's Banjo's soundtrack? Like,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
like, they just
Yeah.
expected
Why
it
isn't
to
this
be the
game
same
as
thing.
good as it was when I was 12?
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I wonder.
Yeah.
They should remake Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
I wish they would make that whole trilogy.
You remember
I
that?
mean, that one still holds up though.
Yeah, you
That's
can
one-
still play it today.
Yeah.
All
You
three
remember
of
that
those games are
fucking
awesome.
scene where they're like in the throne room or whatever when like it first gets unveiled with the fucking hourglass did? I'll never fucking forget that shit. That was
shit
such
was
a
so
good ass
dope,
game, dude.
But I kind of, whenever I saw the Spyro rumors, I was like, of course that's happening. Like Crash Bandicoot just like blew the lid off of the sales
Yeah.
they expected. They gave it a PC.
Yeah, it makes
port.
absolute sense that they're
Yeah.
after the Crash was so successful. Is Spyro coming out on PC? I know it's coming out on Xbox as
I-
well.
I think it's gonna be. I mean, like it's no confirmed reports, but I think it's gonna be around like the same thing.
It
Crash
says PS4 and Xbox One.
Okay, I mean that's fine because I want to get that as well. They also have talked about how they're remastering the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know. I mean, you guys probably played Spyro, so you know how great the soundtrack is. But it was written by Stuart Copeland, the drummer from The Police.
Really?
And that dude is a fucking monster. I love all the music that he makes.
I had no idea. That's
But
weird
yeah,
as hell.
Yes, he makes a lot of like soundtracks. Like since he is finished with The Police. But yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. All those '80s bands like Oingo Boingo. You get Danny Elfman.
Oingo Boy, do they make
They
video
made
game soundtracks?
No. They
Oh.
do. He's a like movie composer.
Oh
now.
yeah, I mean that happens. Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead makes film scores. He got
Yeah.
nominated for an Oscar for
Damn.
that one Daniel Day-Lewis movie. He didn't win, but I mean, he got nominated for
Yeah.
an Oscar.
Still
I mean,
pretty.
Fucking like
kind
Radiohead.
of successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, if he won, I'd be impressed.
All right.
But yeah, that's like another thing. God damn, it looks good. Ian's watching the
Yeah,
trailer
it's
right
alright.
now.
Watch
Which
It
one?
looks really
It looks
good.
really good.
Oh, Spyro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Reignited trilogy.
It's not even
and
like
there's no date on that one. It's just like
I
this
think it's
year,
like-
holiday.
it's September.
Probably.
Yeah,
Oh,
21st,
September?
right?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, September's not that far away, dude.
Yeah. Dude.
When's the new God of War coming out?
April 20th.
Yeah.
Holy
420,
shit,
man.
420, bro.
that's really close. God damn.
Yeah, I'm not getting that one on release date.
Mm-hmm.
I want to though. The fucking like I don't know why, but the fact like ever since I heard that it's all done in one single camera take, like there's no like cuts or
Wait,
anything like
really?
that. Yeah.
So some like
I did
Birdman
not
type
know
shit.
that.
I guess
What?
yeah. They just like gameplay is the
Fucking
cutscenes and it just
hell
goes
yes, dude.
like
yes.
that's just gonna be fantastic.
You really excited about that one camera?
That's
tape?
gonna be
I love that
fantastic.
shit.
Yeah,
dude.
no, I
that's like
agree.
one of my favorite things in like movies. Like, have you ever seen Children of Men?
Oh my god, that
Yeah.
scene
Holy
is fantastic.
fuck, that
dude.
shit is like the
The
best.
explosions going off, like
That's like one of the best, like fucking just like 5 minutes of like cinema in history.
It is
like it's
fantastic.
so good.
It's kind of weird. Like recently in like television and movies, like obviously I still enjoy movies, but like interesting camera angles are almost as good to me as like cool plot points.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
It's
what makes
just like-
the director like fucking like makes like if you've seen Daredevil, like the fight choreography
Yeah.
in that where
Yeah.
they show these fight scenes that's like all one take, like no cuts, just all the way
Yeah.
through killing like fucking 15
Yeah, that
people.
like famous
Yeah, the one in the
scene.
hallway, yeah.
or what is that one movie? Old Boy, the
Old-
hammer fight
yeah,
scene.
Old Boy's fucking sick.
Yeah.
If you ever seen The Raid, is a fucking
I've ever
sick
seen
movie.
that
It's this movie from I think like Thailand or the Philippines, some like Southeast Asian country.
Yeah.
And it's made by this dude who like wanted to make this movie in America. He was trying to get it like done over and over, but he couldn't get the funding. And so eventually he's like, well, I got $2 million. If I go to the Philippines, that's like $1 billion. So he like went there to film the movie, and it's about these like narc cops or like SWAT team or whatever going to like get some drug kingpin, and he's at the top of this fucking building,
Yeah.
and so they just like sweep the whole building like all the way up to the top, and they just like murder everybody all the way
Holy
up.
shit.
Yeah, it's like fucking. That's like if you haven't seen The Raid and you want to see like an action movie, like if you like John Wick and that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Watch The Raid and The Raid 2.
I'm gonna have to.
Both
give
of them
that one.
are fucking
Go watch.
sick, dude.
But again, that whole like single camera take, Children of Men.
Yeah.
The beginning, whenever he's in that like shop,
And the
Yeah.
coffee shop blows
yeah,
up.
they have the news. They have all those extras in there.
God, that's one of my
And then
favorite
you-
movies,
Dude,
dude.
that movie's
I
fantastic.
love everything about that movie. When you're watching the news and they show the commercials for the suicide pills,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that shit's insane.
Yeah.
dude. So good.
I wonder. I mean, movies have a shit ton of money, but it's like if you fuck up a shot, do you just blow up like 3 more sets
yeah.
or whatever.
What's that fucking Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
When they forget to press record
Yeah.
and they napalm.
That's kind of what I imagine if like you fuck up an explosion tank and you like just trip or some shit. It's like
somebody's getting fired.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
shit
right.
happens, dude. I've seen like behind the scenes filming James Bond, and they always talk about the car chase scenes. Like, yeah, we wrecked like 13 Aston Martins trying to get this take.
oh my
You know,
god.
and that's just like $10 million.
Yeah, right. That's whenever like when you watch John Wick, his fucking car in that movie is beautiful, and every single time I watch, it's the opening of the second one when he just fucking ruins it. I'm like, there's no way there was a retake on that, because like it's pristine, and then he crashes, and like I couldn't imagine if they just had like 4 of those cars lined up.
I mean, they probably do. Though.
They probably do.
Movies
yeah.
are just like such a gigantic fucking industry. At this
Especially like those kinds like with a budget like John Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like it's a sequel, so they know it's gonna do well.
Aren't they
for
going to
them.
make a TV series out of it?
I have not heard anything.
I heard a
about that.
third, but I didn't hear a TV series.
I could have sworn. I'll need to fact check that one.
I don't know, dude. I just like in John Wick.
Yeah, TV series.
Really?
Yep.
Nice. And
Is Keanu gonna be in it?
you know what else is getting a fucking TV series?
What?
Fucking Lord of the Rings
Yes.
on HBO, dude. That
Really?
shit is gonna be sick. Yeah, they were just talking about how it's gonna get like some massive fucking budget
They want-
too.
they
'Cause
want
Game
Ga-
of Thrones is going away.
Yeah, they want Game of Thrones 2.0.
And normally I would be like, yeah, they're just doing Game of Thrones 2.0. But guess what? I fucking love Lord of
Right.
the Rings. I don't give a shit, dude.
Well, dude, at this point, HBO has to have so much fucking
Oh,
money.
dude.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, when Rome came out, HBO obviously was HBO, but it didn't have any of those, like, big... It had The Wire, maybe, and Sopranos, but there wasn't, like, video streaming, so not everybody watched them, you know? Now, HBO, like, everybody has HBO Go to watch Game of Thrones
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck. And, like, Rome, it actually got pulled off the air because it was too expensive to make. Like, it was...
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
I don't think you're going to have
That
that
was a good
anymore.
show.
It was.
I never saw it.
It was like it was fantastic. The sets and everything was fantastic in that show.
Damn.
But yeah, I guess HBO has Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
But-
and that's the thing I heard recently. They're trying to get Peter Jackson to help produce it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not direct, but to help produce it.
It's
at
gonna
least.
be interesting though because Netflix has The Witcher,
Really?
the Witcher
Oh
series.
yeah, I forgot they're doing that.
And they have come out and said that the reason why they're doing it is Game of Thrones is gonna end.
Wouldn't that be fucking crazy
and-
if The Witcher like takes off and there's all these people
Bro.
who have no idea
Right.
that
Yeah,
it's a
and they're
game
just like-
and a book
in a book
like,
series? Yeah, and it's just fucking fantastic.
I'm pretty sure the author hates the game though.
Really?
I think
Yeah,
he,
because he
it had,
he has
too
like
much
some
liberties
gripes with it.
yeah,
Definitely, yeah.
like because he was
Like
saying
all
like,
of them, or like the first one or the third.
Well, just
one?
how I think it's how popular it got and how like people don't really like he. I guess
the people
he
don't give a
thinks-
shit about the book.
That's
they'll
what
just
he's
play the
saying is he
games.
thinks it's happening, but it's like, dude. I mean, if anything,
it is
like
happening.
I bought the book. Oh, I mean, I bought the books.
They
because of
weren't
the game.
translated. Those games got them translated.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just.
what the
I mean,
fuck?
it's just like.
I get it. Like he's like egotistical or whatever. Like he.
I mean, he wants to like feel like it's his IP, right? He came up with that.
Yeah,
shit.
definitely.
Yeah, he's like okay to feel like, hey man, like read the fucking book.
well, I get
you know?
that, but
Yeah, but
I,
some of the books go off the fucking rails supposedly.
well, I don't know. I would think he'd be happy about it though, because more people now have
He
read
probably
the books.
is happy. I don't know.
than
We're
ever.
talking about like hearsay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a douche, and I hate him.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys think like the new move is just like remaking fucking like childhood IPs?
Yeah,
I mean,
dude,
Hollywood's
that's,
been
doing
look
it
at
for
fucking
years.
what did come out yesterday or 2 days ago. Fucking Ready Player One. Hey, remember Iron Man? Hey, remember Mario? Hey, remember Zelda?
Well, that's just
remember Master Chief.
That's just the movie. The book wasn't like that.
The book is like that. The whole book is based
Did
on
you-
like, hey, do you remember 80s
Yeah,
and
but did you
90s
read the
pop
book? Yeah.
culture? No, but I fucking
Yeah, but I read the book and I'm telling like I don't even think.
Okay, but you're gonna tell me the whole like central point of the thing, right? Is that like you have to find the Easter eggs, and that is based on knowing this guy's like knowledge of '80s pop culture, knowing
Right.
shit about like RoboCop and stuff.
Right. It's just it's an 80s.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the whole culture is based around like nostalgia, and like every movie that comes out, like the biggest movies are all like sequels and remakes.
Oh, definitely,
You know,
yeah.
there's like a lack, I think, of like original creative ideas,
I mean,
It's being.
what's
it's
that?
Kinda,
What's that? A
or they're
Quiet
not
Place just
being
came
they're not
out.
being rewarded. Yeah,
It's
I really want to see a
flipped,
Quiet
though.
Place.
You'll
And
see that
Annihilation
shit.
came out. That was good too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of like it's a safe move. I mean, I thought Ready Player One was supposed to be a good movie, like a good.
I think it is pretty good.
Fuck around movie.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a Spielberg movie. It's a fun
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's right up there with Pixels.
Pixels. Goddamn. Dude.
This is a movie podcast now. We only talk about movies and TV shows.
Well, I don't know. I think like what Sirius was saying, like it's all remakes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of flipped where like in the 70s and shit like that, movies were where you went to see like really cool plots, and television was like sitcoms. But now it's TV is where you go to see all these like not experimental, but you know what I mean, like out there plots. Like Barry, have you seen anything on that?
I've seen the first 2 episodes.
I have yet to see it.
It's good,
but I really want to watch that.
It's
what
good.
Is it?
It's
Barry, Bill Hader show on HBO.
Yeah. He's a hitman.
Yeah, so he's like a retired SEAL or
Is he
Marine or
retired?
something.
Oh,
or like
okay,
discharged from the military.
Okay, yeah.
And now he's like a hitman because some fucking like his dad's friend has like taken him in, and he like got him this job and pays him.
Right.
And he's like really good at it, Barry. And then he sends him this is all in the first episode. He sends him on a hit to kill this dude in Los Angeles, and while he's trailing him, he follows the guy to this like improv acting class, and like some shit happens, and then he gets pulled up on stage and has to act.
Yeah.
And like he's like fucking terrible at it, but people are just like, "Hey, you're really good at this. You should come back," because they want him to fucking pay money because it's an expensive ass class. And then like he goes back and he's just like, "Nobody's ever told me I'm really good at something before. I think I can be an actor." So he wants to quit being a hitman and start acting. And that's like the premise
From
of
the
show.
trailers, it looks like Henry Winkler kind of plays like his
Awesome.
water
He's a
boy
fucking-
character.
He's an asshole. He's
Is
like
he?
a huge. He's the teacher of the acting class.
Yeah.
He's a huge fucking asshole. It's hilarious. 'Cause I've never seen him be that mean before.
Oh, well, the only scene I had seen from the trailer was like whenever he comes in. I guess Bill Hader had just done a show or something, and he's like, "You were great out there. I've never seen you in that space before." And Bill Hader like punches out a glass on the like a frame on the wall.
Yeah,
and he goes,
yeah.
"I can see you're still in that space." And I was just like, "That's him in Waterboy."
Yeah.
dude. Like that's.
I fucking love that dude. He's so funny, Henry Winkler.
He was awesome on Arrested Development too. He's fucking fantastic in that.
Yeah.
And wasn't he in Parks and Rec? Is that who I'm thinking of?
He's in like a bunch of
He
shit.
does so
I
much.
don't know. He's probably in Parks and Rec.
Probably.
He's like been on every comedy for the past like 30 years.
Right.
What's the guy's name?
Henry Winkler.
The Fonz.
Yeah, he's the Fawn.
Yeah, he's John Ralphio's father.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
dude.
he is. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen Parks and Rec in a minute. So.
Yeah, same here.
Damn.
Well, you've never seen the last episode, but you know what it is thanks to that waitress at Taco Mac.
Told you.
dude, literally,
He's never seen it. Oh, well, the way it goes is.
he literally goes, "Yeah, you've never seen it, right? No, I haven't. Okay, here's the ending, anyways.
Yeah.
Lady,
Yeah.
what?
You guys watch Mr. Robot?
I've never seen it now.
We were like chilling in Discord, and I was telling Scotty about it, trying to get him to watch the show because I was like, it's really good, you should check it out. And then Devin Annunzio comes in, scrub his name out of the record. But yeah, he comes in and he's like, "Oh, dude, you watch Mr. Robot?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Oh, isn't it crazy when?" And then like literally like the biggest fucking spoiler like, from the finale of season 1. He's like, "Isn't it crazy when that shit happens?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude."
Dude, it was crazy.
It would have been crazy when I saw it.
Damn. Yeah, like,
No regard.
how do people just have no regard for spoilers? You know?
I don't get people who are like, "You can tell me spoilers. I don't care. I'll still watch the show." It's
Right.
Like, what? You know what happens. Like, why would you?
There's honestly, it's like a
Like, you can
deep-
still enjoy the show, but definitely not
Yeah.
as much.
If I hear a spoiler, like I heard, like obviously I'm not gonna say it, but I heard like a Game of Thrones one a few years back, and like it was the deepest feeling of like dread in my stomach, and it's just a TV show.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh, dude, that would have been so cool had I not known.
Yeah, you know
Like,
what you know what I always think when I hear that shit? I was just like, I forget all kinds of shit, but there's no way I'll forget this.
And
like,
it's because you thought that.
Yeah,
thought. Like,
yeah.
I want to forget this. Fuck.
I hate that shit. Like, I still haven't finished Mass Effect 3. And there was something that I'm not even sure because I haven't played the game like all the way through. But like I thought it was a spoiler, and it was exactly that where it's like I really want to forget this, but I know because I really want to forget it, I'm not gonna forget it.
You like bookmarked it with that thought.
It's so
Yeah.
bad. What else came out of PAX? State of Decay 2.
State of Decay 2? I don't even know what the hell this is.
State
Well,
of
it's the
Decay.
second.
Go ahead.
It's the second game.
Is the
in the
State of Decay?
Oh, thanks for
Yes.
adding.
Okay.
State of Decay, like whenever the original one came out, it was just an Xbox Live game for I want to say Xbox 360. It's been so
Damn.
long, but and like with an Xbox Live like arcade game, they only had like a 2 gig limit, so they had this like broad idea of they wanted to make a survival zombie game, but instead of it just being like like going around killing zombies and that's the cool part, their whole like driving force behind the game was, when you and your friends have the conversation, like, what would you do in the zombie apocalypse? That was what they wanted to do. They wanted you to give they wanted to give you an outlet to like be like, I would do this. Like, I would have a base and I'd have like a like this much stuff there. And basically, like, the first one, it's definitely rough around the edges, and like the gameplay, I mean, it's there, but it's nothing phenomenal. But like, it has permadeath in it, so you have like all these followers, and it starts off with like a loose story to kind of like get you through the game and get you through its systems and everything. But at a certain point, you can branch off and kind of do your own thing, and like every single person has like you can get different like followers for your camp, and there'll be things that pop up and say, hey, there's been a group of survivors seen here, and you can go and either recruit them or
take their shit.
Yeah, take their shit, or like do all kinds of stuff. But every single person has a list of traits. Like this person was a hiker before it all went down, so they have good endurance.
What would you say like the style? Are you like
it's third person?
Okay, so you control like one character?
You control one character, but if your character gets tired, you can go out and switch and play a different character.
Okay.
So what happens? All right, go ahead. If your character dies,
your character dies, he's
dead.
dead.
You just swap to a different one.
Yeah, it just goes.
Can you find him out in the wild and like take his shit back? Like if you load him up with a cool assault rifle, can you find your zombified character and get them?
I'm not sure on that, but there is like the way like supplies work. Like say you like there's this one mission at the beginning of the game where because like I said, there's a loose story. Your best friend, the character you start out as, your best friend gets bitten, and you go to the survivor camp, and they don't have the medicine they need. So you go to a veterinarian's office because, for some reason you do. And you get like a pack of medical supplies, and it doesn't go in your backpack. It's called a rucksack, and you have to load it up and put it on your back, and then you take it back, and that's your like group, like your like supplies that you got on that mission.
Right.
And you can also just set up this thing where once you get your own base, you can control, like kind of micromanage your followers to go out and like search through like a warehouse if you need construction supplies and all that kind of stuff. But it is one of those things where like if you have your character, because each character has like shooting skill, running skill, hand-to-hand skill. And, like, if you've played one character a lot and you have his shooting skill really high, when he dies, you're like, oh, shit. Like, damn it, dude.
Damn.
That's cool.
That sounds pretty good. So can you win, or is it just kind of like a sandbox?
I have never made it to the end. I think it is one of those things where it just keeps going.
Yeah.
There is no, like, the army came in and saved everybody. But the most time I put into one save is, like, 10 or 15 hours, something like that. So I've never really made it to endgame. But I think the reason why I'm so excited for the second one is because as lackluster as the first one's like controls and like gameplay was, they only had a 2 gig limit. So
so it's like
they had a 2 gig limit.
Yeah, like they could only have it was a 2 gig download because it was an Xbox Live.
I didn't realize that they had like a limit on.
Yeah, back in 360.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, but this one they have like a big budget and they can do what they actually want to do with it.
That's crazy.
So I mean, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be good, but.
Do you know what they're changing in the second one?
It looks like it's more of the same, just with all those ideas that they couldn't flesh out.
So like Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2?
I guess, yeah. Pretty much.
So just like all around better? That's fucking crazy.
I don't know. It's very... And also, like, the biggest thing missing from the first one was it was a single-player game, and you couldn't survive with your buddies.
Oh, is the second one going to be multiplayer?
Yeah, it's 4-player co-op.
Hell
so,
let's go.
And you just get together and you... fucking like you can choose to upgrade your defenses on your base or like
oh damn, and if one of your like friends dies, he's just like dead and you have to swap to another person or some shit.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's actually really interesting. And when's that game coming out?
September,
May 20 something. If it came out in September, I just wouldn't be paying rent that month.
Listen, babe, it's not happening. Too many games.
Landlord.
You got to put in some overtime, all right?
Yeah, your landlord comes over. The bill was due 2 days ago. Hey, you got to come in here. You got to see this.
Yeah. Look at this game. Look at this shit.
You want to come play some Spyro? I got you.
He likes to dedicate to.
May 22nd for PC and Xbox One. Get fucked.
And another cool thing is
it's $30.
It's $30. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Go.
Like it's not just it's not a AAA game. So it's doing like what was that Senua's Sacrifice?
Yeah,
where they didn't give it the $60 price point.
Damn, those zombies look creepy as hell too.
Yeah, it's from what I've seen, it looks pretty good. Like,
damn, we have a lot of zombie games on the dock, and I just kind of realized.
What do you mean?
Like
we're gonna talk about Dying Light.
Oh,
spoilers for the upcoming show: Dying Light and the Outbreak mode in Siege,
which are both fantastic.
Yeah, really good. before we
Damn,
get to
they don't
that,
have to listen now to see what our
yeah,
opinions
the
are.
whole thing's over.
Damn it. Sorry, guys.
Before we do that, though,
I'm never coming back on here again.
you want to talk about the Riot Korea Cowsep drama?
Yeah, so in the League of Legends community.
Right, that was all a different language, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'll explain.
It's called the
it for you
LOLCOM.
in the layman's terms. So there's this guy, American guy, who streams from Korea and plays on the Korean server, which is like the best server skill-wise for
Right.
League of Legends. And streams on the Korean server. He's like a challenger level, like top tier player. And he plays Master Yi, like only.
Right.
And so he like made a post a while back, like a week ago, talking about how people are crazy toxic on the Korean server. Like they just int all the time. Like he was like
Intentionally feed.
yeah,
Okay,
intentionally feeding,
okay,
like
okay.
dying on purpose so that your enemy team wins.
Yeah.
And like straight from like champs, like because he plays Master Yi, even though he's really fucking good at it, you know. That like he started recording, like making clips of like people AFKing because he wouldn't give them the blue buff, which gives them like really good mana regen and
Yeah.
experience and all that shit. Because he wouldn't give them that at like the 4-minute mark, which is like the second blue buff that you
Yeah.
get. So as a jungler, like you put yourself way behind
Right.
if you're not doing that. I mean, if you're like a jungler like Master Yi, who
Yeah,
needs to be
yeah.
level 6.
If you're a mana intensive jungler, you absolutely need it. Or if you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if your mid lane's being an idiot, or you know, you think you can hard carry, it's just kind of like, you know.
Yeah. So he was like making clips like that, and he was like, eventually I stopped because there were just so many. Like he said, like he would get like he said like he could get something like 3 to 4 like levers a day out of like 13 games,
Jeez.
which is crazy. And he was just talking about how like in Korea, the only way anybody gets banned is through the automated ban system, which only bans you if you use the Korean word for fuck, which is like totally nonsensical.
Yeah.
And then he's talking about how so he got fucking banned on all of his accounts by Riot Korea, and he's saying it's because like in retaliation because he made that post pointing out that Riot Korea doesn't ban anybody
Yeah.
who's deserving of a ban. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll fucking show you.
Jeez.
So they're like banning. So they've banned like all of his accounts except for one.
Yep.
Kind of
And
like a roundabout censorship.
Yeah.
ordeal.
yeah.
But they banned all his accounts except for one, and the reason he got banned,
They said the official
the
reason.
official reason is for account sharing, but they didn't ban the account he was sharing on.
Yeah.
He just banned the
Jeez.
they
Yeah,
just
they just
the
banned
other
all of his
ones.
other accounts.
It's just like so
Yeah,
scummy.
and like he would just like like he had like proof of like other players being toxic to him, like in the same game that they said that he got banned for. It's just,
Yeah.
like, they say shit like he just turns on the game and they know who he is because he's a streamer, and they're just like Yankee go home and shit like that.
Jeez.
Like
yeah, well, it's so. I mean, I don't know. This might be kind of. Isn't like Japan like super racist?
yeah, I mean a lot of countries are that are like so homogenous.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
so
the
I mean,
melting pot. So,
Yeah.
So
you
it's
know.
like I guess my confusion is Korea the same way? Like is Korea?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like what do you expect when like if you grow up your whole fucking life, literally everybody that you've ever met in your life is also Korean, like,
Right.
True.
You know. Yeah. So like just like I don't know, the way that like Riot Korea is like not like they haven't said anything about it, and like they don't fucking have to. But it's just like I don't know. Thinking lately about like the way that these companies are like giving out punishment to the players, like it's kind of strange that like it's this huge thing, right? And people are like putting their lives on it to be like professional players and
Yeah.
streamers
Yeah.
and stuff. That like you're at the total like will. Especially if a game like League of Legends that's like updated like once a month or twice a month.
Twice
Yeah.
a month. Yeah.
That like the game can just change so that like it's not at all what you wanted it to be,
Exactly.
and that
yeah.
you get trapped. Like playing this game, and they can do like whatever they want. Like
Yeah.
they can ban you for any reason, and you can't like. There's no higher authority than them. You can't go to like the fucking gaming court
Yeah, exactly.
and be
yeah.
like, "Hey, they fucking banned me for no reason," you know.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
that's shitty.
I don't know.
Like-
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Like how they have so much control. Because I was thinking about like how in like just in the esports community as well, like in the scene, like Riot pays all of the casters, all of the analysts.
Yeah.
Like they own the broadcast, they own all the VODs and everything. Like I don't know. It's not like that with like I don't know what you want to call them, like traditional sports, physical sports or whatever.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like like the NFL doesn't own the. I mean, the NFL owns like the rights to the broadcast, I guess, but like CBS is the one broadcasting it, right?
Yeah,
like,
CBS is the
like
one.
Mike
that-
Tirico
yeah.
doesn't work for the NFL.
Exactly. The commentators
Yeah,
aren't.
yeah. So like they're not like
They don't have NFL money in their
yeah, they're
pocket.
not like
Right.
beholden to the NFL to like always say like stay on the referee's side and like you
Yeah.
know defend Roger Goodell and shit like that.
Right.
But like that's why you get like these memes of people talking about like Riot Freak, who's like he's like a caster and is like been in part of Riot for a long time. Like whenever some shit is going down, people always make fun of Freak because he will literally never say a bad thing about Riot. He'll never admit to them fucking up anything. Like like, oh, this champion's busted. He's like, no, it's supposed to be that way because this, and this.
Yeah,
and like,
but I mean, I feel like Freak's kind of an exception.
Yeah, he's
I
like an extreme
definitely
example.
Think, like if there's an overpowered champion, people are kind of. I mean, like casters have said it on air, like when I've been watching it, like this champion's like too strong or whatever.
Yeah, but they won't say anything like really critical about the game. Like when all that shit was happening with like top lane being exceptionally shitty and having no like influence on the game, like no Riot person would ever take the side of like say Hashinshin or like anybody who like said, because there's like I know people like Hashinshin is like a divisive character,
Yeah.
but there's also guys like Wicked and other like challenger top laners who are like, no, top lane is trash. Like you'd better off playing support.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I think they listen though.
Yeah, but
And I mean,
they never admit it, and they like.
It'd be one
They,
thing.
But I mean, like, do they-
there's nothing on them.
I'm not trying to defend necessarily
Yeah.
Riot, but do they like okay if they realize what the problem is, do they have to admit like every time like, oh, we're sorry top lane that you weren't playing the game? Like,
I mean, I would always prefer more transparency.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
think
like
it's
at
one
the end
those
of the day, it's a
things-
company, so
you
it's just
know?
like somebody. I think it's Ghostcrawler. He was a World of Warcraft balancer. He was talking about how balancing. He works for Riot now, but he was talking about balancing is like juggling plates, where it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
literally everybody has their time in the sun, and then somebody has to get the shitty end of the stick. So it's like,
Yeah, but
if you have to apologize for every meta where top lane isn't good, or then mid lane is mostly support picks, or then AD carry doesn't hit hard, or then jungle is just 2 picks. And
Yeah,
then,
but okay, so like gamers are shitty people, right? And they'll tell you to kill yourself because
Yeah.
of like any minor thing,
Right, yeah.
right? But also, like, I'm not talking about like me personally. I think a lot of like people who are not insane, like top lane was fucked for like a year and a half.
okay.
Like 18 months, like that shit they should have like come out at any time and be like, hey, we're working on it, we're doing this. Like they don't say anything. Like, no, it's fine, just play Ornn. Like
I still because I mean like
'Cause, like,
you're
well-
looking at top lane, but like jungling, I think this might have been a little bit before you
Yeah.
started playing, but I mean jungling for
I know
years,
they massively changed it. like,
years
twice.
was like 3 picks. So it's just like,
But that's shitty. And like,
no, I agree
So
it's
what's-
shitty, but I don't
yeah.
think they have to like. I mean, like they can come out and be like,
no, they don't have to, but
Yeah.
they should.
Yeah, well, I think
That's
it's one of
what
those
I'm
things
saying.
where
I
if
don't know
they
if they
did
even
come
should.
out and like comment on it, like on one of their official broadcasts, it would be that okay, they know about it.
Yeah.
Like, when are they going to fix
Yeah,
it?
I
Well,
mean,
I don't know if you saw like a week or so ago. I think it's Skarzard. He used to work for Riot, and then he did an AMA on the Reddit, on the League of Legends subreddit, and like he was able to talk like a lot more freely about like straight up shit. He's like, this champion's shitty. This champion's poorly designed.
Yeah.
Like, this champion was busted for so long. We never knew what we were doing when we were trying to balance this item.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but I mean,
like really
it's just part-
forthcoming.
it's part of like I mean, obviously, if you work for a company, you can't be like, hey, also this company is, excuse me, is like doesn't know what they're doing or whatever. It's just kind of like.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that like that's the way that a company operates. But like I don't know, you shouldn't
And
just
Riot's a
be like, well, that's
company.
how it is. Like you should fucking like let them know that it's fucking shitty, and they shouldn't.
I mean,
do
I
that
guess-
shit. Like they as a company, they're still like beholden to the community.
But they still do.
Yeah.
Like, have you read Medler's fucking like he'll do like he'll put state of the game things. Mm-hmm. Have you read those?
Yeah.
And he'll talk about some of those situations, like, okay, this is what we're looking at. So and so isn't as strong. Blah blah. This is, and at the end of the day, it's like Riot has more data than we do.
Yeah, but I'm saying is that they started doing that because people complain. So like you shouldn't.
And
I
so
feel like don't ever like let up on the company because people always just want to be like, oh, Riot's so good because they give us like free skins. They do this and they do this. It's like they do some good shit so that you forgive all the other shit that they like
I mean, at
don't do. They willingly don't do.
at
Yeah.
the end of the
You
day,
know?
like I think it's a company, and if you're gonna go like, Riot, you should just say whatever you're thinking and be completely transparent, and also do everything good for the customer and have nothing bad is like ridiculous.
Why?
Because it's just that's not going to happen. That's like that's like a fantasy. That is a fantasy. To like.
So so I feel like all you're saying though is just like oh well, it's never going to happen. So
No,
don't bother.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like if you're going, I feel like Riot. I'm not saying they're a fantastic company, even though I do think they're a good company. If you look at companies in general and gaming companies specifically, and how scummy they can be, and like I'm not saying you should let up on Riot, right? But I'm also not saying like we should not say, hey, you're actually doing a decent job. I mean, Riot is put up there as one of the most transparent companies right now.
Yeah, they are like relatively good, but you should always like strive to be better.
Right. And I mean,
you should never just be like, oh yeah, it's fine what they do, because then they get fucking lazy and they try to pull shit like there's a lot of shit that Riot's done that it was like anti-consumer, like the way that they priced all this shit when they changed the blue essence. People had to fucking complain. That's what I'm saying. You should fucking complain about the things that you don't like about the game so that they will change it.
I'm pretty sure like the whole blue essence thing was like they were just like equalizing the RP to whatever ratio, right?
Yeah, but they fucked it up, right? Okay. And if you want to believe that it was an honest mistake, then you can believe that. But if you also want to believe that they're trying to get you to spend more money on the game,
I think, all right. I honestly think they just fucked it up. I don't think everything's like, oh no, listen, Riot was actually trying to get you to spend more money on this, and their whole game plan is to just be a sneaky fucking company. Like I guess
it's a company. The whole objective is to make money.
Obviously.
Like if they come up with a system that makes more money, it wasn't an accident.
But it's not like they were going like, we're gonna fucking make this fuck up something.
Why do you think that?
Because I just don't think that's like. I think it's somebody fucked up.
Like,
I mean,
why? I feel like because you like Riot. That's all.
Of course, I like Riot, but I mean, there's so many like little things. Like a decimal point can be out of place. Like writing fucking code or whatever is ridiculous, and one decimal place being out of alignment or whatever the fuck can fuck up the whole thing. So it's like I think it's too easy to fuck something up, and then it goes live, and it's like, oh shit, that happened.
But it's the company's job. Like, we give them money to not fuck it up.
You just make sure nothing's fucked up before.
Yeah, like they have a team that like makes the thing. They should have another team that double checks and then triple checks before that shit goes out.
But it's
up.
like people mess up. I mean, like okay, but like you're looking at that, but I mean, there might be a million things that we don't see.
Yeah, but it doesn't fucking matter.
So you want them to never fuck up?
No, I want people to get pissed off every time that they do fuck up.
Yeah.
But I don't think...
Because they will fuck up all the time. Because if you let them fuck up, eventually they'll be like, hey, we can fuck these people, and then if they get upset, we'll just say, oh, it was an accident.
I feel like that's just really a pessimistic way of thinking about it.
I feel like you don't... Like you really trust companies more than you should. Like,
I don't think so. I
think
think
a company is just like a soulless thing to make money.
I think you distrust companies.
What if you guys both just quit League?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Jeremy is our
game. What would I play? Rainbow Six? Yeah, you still
know
that
game
one?
Fucking sucks, dude.
Why? Let us know.
Yeah, give us the rundown. Why does Rainbow Six suck now?
No, Rainbow Six sucks because it got popular, dude, and I just don't like.
Too big. The outbreak.
Well, no,
that
actually is like kind of a contributing factor. Like matchmaking got fucked up because of the large influx of players,
right?
And like last season, I was in a certain like tier of matchmaking the entire time, and I had people that were all in that tier too, tier as well, and
tier 2
copper. But yeah, no, like whenever I did the placement matches for this season just now, there were so many new people, like fresh level 20s, because you can't play ranked until you reach level 20, which I think it should be like level 80, to be honest. Like,
I'm not even 80.
Yeah, and you don't know the maps or callouts.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not like I'm learning. Like, if I haven't started learning it, fucking the other 60 some odd levels, like in the last 13, it's gonna happen.
Well,
but you don't play that much.
Yeah, I mean, I play a good amount, but I don't play like constantly. A lot.
Exactly. If you played constantly, though, you would
know the maps.
You would know the maps, and you would. Maybe. But at level 20, it's impossible to know all of the maps, and it's impossible to know all the callouts. Which that's not exactly a problem.
Also, the maps are in rotation, right? So then suddenly 2 weeks goes by, and then a whole map you've never seen before comes out.
Well, it was just one of those things where, like, on my team, I was getting all the people who just installed the game last week, and on the enemy team it was like level 213s.
That shit happens in League of Legends too. If you're at my elo, like silver, like mid to high silver, you play against people who are in their promotion games and unranked. So like you can just randomly get a game where it's like, yeah, I'm a diamond player, or it's like, yeah, I've never played
Yeah.
ranked before. I literally just got to 30. This is my first ranked game ever.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's gotta
yeah, that's just like a part of when the game is that big. Like that's
Exactly.
I was playing.
They gotta go somewhere.
I was playing Dota. Because I'm always down.
Can we just cut him off?
I'm always down. No. So this ties in. And it was like my first game, and like I was playing with these people, and this dude was fucking yelling at me for like making a mistake, and it's like, listen, you little fuck, like this is my first like. It's like my 5th game of this fucking shit. Like it sucks, but it has to happen. You know what I mean? Everybody's new. Everyone has their first game of ranked.
No, just don't play that game anymore.
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm always down to try it, but I think it sucks. But it's just like it's kind
yeah,
of like a necessary
it's just like
thing.
what's gonna happen. But the thing is that like it never happened with Rainbow Six because it didn't have that population before.
Well, yeah, it was something like that.
Also, the game was like a certain age too. It's not common that games like this like have like a second life.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah.
And whenever I like, it wasn't an overnight thing, but it almost was.
Yeah.
It
wasn't, but honestly,
it almost was. Last season or whatever, whenever I was playing, like I would have like maybe 1 or 2 bad matches, but once I got like because when you play like your first 10, your matchmaking's not really fixed quite yet. Like you still like if you win, you'll get a bunch of points because they're still trying to fine tune exactly where you're supposed to be. And I would always fluctuate from like gold 4 to gold 2. And then once I started playing more, I never left gold 2. Like it was just I never like improved and never got worse. But basically what happened was in this season I got placed gold 4, and then my next 8 matches it was like, give me Hibana. You're not going to give me Hibana? All right, I'm leaving. And they'd leave. Or I'm going to barricade whatever the hell I want, even if you're sitting there going, smoke, don't barricade that, smoke, don't barricade. Smoke barricaded that. And like it was just one of those things where, and that's not really that big a deal, not everybody plays the same, but it was just you're working against your team. And that happened 8 games in a row, and I went gold 4 down to copper 3, and now I'm just stuck in copper. Like everybody I play with just doesn't know. You'll sit there.
You consider that you got carried all the way to gold 2.
I have considered
this
that.
guy.
Yeah. Well, no, the other, and I can't really say the other day. It was probably about 2 weeks ago. I was playing, and I was. We had already, you have the drones and everything. We had already figured out who all was on the team. So what I do after that, like if you don't waste your drone, you go and I look for the popular spawn peeking spots. Saw somebody peeking. I go, hey guys, they're going to be peeking out a front door. And they just full sprint. Like they just full sprint into it, and like I lose 2 teammates. I'm like, guys, I just told you that. Like I was pre-aiming the peek, and I shot the guy, but it was right after he shot my 2 teammates. And I was like, well, that was that trade was obviously in their favor. Like obviously, because he killed our thermite. We no longer have a hard breacher. Yeah, we no longer have a hard breacher. It's just one of those things where I still love the game and everything, but ranked frustrates me, and like it's just. They have this problem. I really wish they would region lock their game, because you'll get Europeans that play with shitty ping, and you'll sit there and you'll be like, dude, why are you guys playing on our servers? And they'll be like, because we wanted to play casual. Well, you're playing ranked. Yeah, but this is our casual. Like, we come in here and we just play this. No, you're kind of fucking the
just
game up
shitty
for
people,
everybody else. Like, what the hell? Like, on your screen, you had a full 2 seconds of staring at my face before I even saw you come around the corner.
I saw a GIF the other day of like this guy on the Rainbow Six Siege subreddit, like this guy like knifing this dude, and then he teleports to the other side of the room and then knifes him. And then like it shows the kill cam, and the guy literally just like walks around in a circle. It like takes him like 3 seconds to realize that he's trying to stab this guy, and he just turns around and just like hits him once in the face. It's just like,
it's frustrating.
In a game like Siege, where like very quick reactions, small, like you see a sliver of someone's head on like in between the railings of a stairwell. It's like gotta kill that. Like having high ping is just like
it's like a
so
fighting
bad.
game. It's like if you are used to playing with like 5 frames of lag and now you're playing on 7, it's like everything you do is fucked. Like
it fucks up your timing. And that's another thing where like this is kind of completely like off topic, but I feel like Siege on PC is a completely different beast from Siege on console.
Oh yeah.
Like crazy different. Like it's so much faster on PC, because every single time I'm on the subreddit and I see like like highlights of somebody getting an ace or something on console. I'm like, are they playing with idiots? Like, what the hell? Like, how didn't he get killed the second he came into that room? But
yeah, when my little brother got into Fortnite, and like he's playing on PS4 with all of his friends, and he would talk about how like, I don't know how these guys build so fast, because he'd like watch videos on YouTube, like try and see how to get better, and he was like, yeah, these guys just like put up like 4 walls immediately, like up with the stairs, like yeah, playing on a mouse and keyboard.
yeah, like
you can plug that into your PlayStation and play on PS4 with mouse and keyboard.
right. I don't know. Fortnite I could never get into because of the building. I hate the building.
It is weird to get into, to like swapping over from PUBG to Fortnite, where it's like, oh, that guy's out in the open and I have a sniper rifle. This is my moment. Like, I'm gonna fuck this guy. Oh, he shot out a building. Okay, what game am I playing again? Yeah. And like, it's kind of rough, but I mean,
I feel like you just have to learn to play it differently, because PUBG's just like inherently way slower.
Yeah.
You know, like the maps
way more
bigger,
position-based.
way more position-based. It's hard to see people, like, compared to Fortnite.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I think we've talked about this on the podcast.
Yeah, we've talked about this a lot. They just put out that fucking phone app, said they made like 15 million in like 2 days or something like that.
Here's what we do,
That's
guys.
fucked up, dude.
We release Pub Night 2.
Fortnite with PH.
Oh
shit.
13 million in 3 weeks.
No,
we're not
you gotta
aiming
strive
for
to be
15
better.
million.
No, you gotta strive to be better.
Listen.
No.
This is
better.
our first attempt.
Better.
Attempt even.
Better.
I'm getting nothing but inspiration here. All right, going back to Siege. They released 2 new ops.
Ugh.
Like,
they should know.
let the people wonder what your opinions are before you
It's
just
bad.
give them. Why? Like, all right, why are they bad? Why do you not like these 2?
I don't like.
Well, first of all,
Okay.
what do they do?
Okay, Finka, she has a global I win button that
Solid.
when you use your gadget, it pretty much takes away all recoil. It's like a 20-second. I don't know the numbers because
It's pretty crazy.
yeah, it's like a 20-second buff, and
It's not that crazy.
I think it is.
I'm going to the
but
internet.
I think it is. It's like 20 seconds, and again, I don't know if they've nerfed this in the test server. I think she could use it 3 times. Now I think she can only use
Where are
it
these
twice.
ops from?
I don't know.
One's from Russia.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
other
'Cause she
one's
has
from
like
somewhere.
I don't know.
Finca means farm in Spanish. I was like, is that a Spanish operator? Like,
But yeah, so basically it gives you, I think it's 20 more HP. So it gives everybody on her team 20 more HP. You have no recoil. You move
it's just
faster.
like a global dock.
It's
Yeah,
a global
dock.
So
it's
Doc's
more than
trashed
Doc.
here now.
It's more than Doc though,
'Cause,
because
yeah.
Doc heals more.
Yeah.
But you don't have recoil whenever you're finked.
Yeah.
You do
You don't
not.
have recoil?
You don't have
Yeah.
recoil. It's,
I heard they're changing the recoil too recently.
Yeah,
Make
it
it
was
less
basically
random.
it was a misalignment basically whenever you would shoot, where you're like they showed it on the ACOG where the pointer actually was. Your bullets sometimes would go off of there, and like that was frustrating because it wasn't something that I knew that was happening, but I would definitely
You could like subconsciously be like, why?
Yeah.
I feel like I shot that
How
guy.
didn't I
Yeah.
shoot that guy in the face?
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Finka. You move faster. If you walk through barbed wire, it like hardly affects you.
Yeah.
So this is in every game, right?
This is
Both these
I mean,
operators,
she
like,
has some drawbacks too, but
yeah.
it-
They should put a fucking ban into.
They should.
Siege.
They
Just
should.
let you ban operators.
well, but the hard part about that is
you could ban out
hard breachers.
Yeah.
well,
could
you should
ban
just
out-
get like 1 or 2 bans.
Well, yeah, because I guess
You know, there's way less operators than there are like champs in League of Legends or
Yeah.
Dota or whatever. So just
That-
give them 2
I
bans.
feel like that would be really cool for something like Overwatch too,
Because,
like there
It'd
isn't.
make the game way more like a variety.
I was talking to Josh about this, and I would love Overwatch way more, specifically playing competitive, if it wasn't like we're running the like
ban
attack and
Winston,
defense are running the same fucking team comp basically
yeah.
every fucking game, and it's just like
Yeah, just ban
It's
Winston,
just
ban
boring.
Diva. I feel like the game would be way more fun.
I don't know. But back to Fink.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you have no recoil. You get 20 more HP. Also, if anybody is down,
Yeah.
it automatically
them
picks
up?
them back up.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck!
Um,
dude, what is this?
and-
How many does she do this more than once?
Yeah,
Yes.
she can
Oh
do it.
my
I think it used to be 3. I'm not sure if it still is 3. I'm pretty sure it's 2 though.
I
She
heard
can do it
Lion
twice.
was broken. What the
Dude,
fuck is this?
Lion
Lion is really strong.
Lion's one of the. And
To
again,
be quick, Fink, like when you're boosted, when you got like the effect going on you or whatever, if you walk through smoke cloud or if you walk through a legion trap, you die really fucking fast, and then
it makes your
also
heartbeat faster.
and then
Okay.
also Pulse can detect you from a farther away.
Okay,
So there
okay.
is
So
some
there's a little
counterplay.
bit, yeah.
but
but those are such like
it's specific.
yeah.
But it
Yeah.
does bring like Legion. I'm pretty sure is in the meta right now.
Legion's kind of always in the meta,
So, yeah.
mostly for his audio cue. Like
Yeah.
if somebody walks down something, you can hear that like. Psst. But well, I guess I can't say mostly, but that's what I've noticed. Okay, so that's what Finka does. Finka, no recoil, you get more
That's a
HP.
defense operator.
They're
They're both
both
attackers.
offense? Okay.
Yeah. And then Lion, he has this drone that's always flying in the sky, and he can activate it. And for like 4 or 5 seconds, if any of the defenders move, it will live track them through walls.
I think it's like it gives you like a 3-second warning.
It does. It gives you a 3-second
And
warning.
then for like 1 or 2, it's not 5 seconds, right?
It's like Google
It's.
it.
I mean, I tried googling the finger one. I couldn't find it. Anyway, for a short amount of time, if you walk or move, it'll like highlight you. And
And
the
when
enemy
you're
team can see
doing
you.
that as line, do you have to like stop and like look at like
Nope.
a monitor?
You just press a
continue
button
playing.
and yeah. And basically what people are doing right now is they'll play what's his name? Jackal and Lion. So you're fucked no matter what.
Yeah.
And but my biggest thing with it is the reason why I think Siege is so cool is because it's got all these different things like the destructible walls. It's got the mainly destructible walls. It's a little bit more fast paced or like Twitch, like reaction based shooter. And you have to think like it's a methodical shooter.
I really like it.
Yeah.
For those reasons.
And you like just mute. Like mute can be amazing if you know how to use them. You have to mute out the right walls. You have to do all these things. That there are better ways to use. Like there's like the best ways to use Finka and Lion, but there's really no bad way to use them. Like you can't fuck up. It's just press
like
a
low
button.
skill floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also just like I feel like they do too much. You know what I mean?
And they have too many.
And they're global.
Yeah, and
They're
they
global.
have too many fucking like Lion, who's really strong. You can do that
And I
3
assume they
times.
have really good
Yeah.
guns too, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, for the most part.
they're not like extraordinary, but they're fucking. They're not like what's it called? I'm trying to think of an operator. Like Ying. Like Ying. People don't play her because her guns suck.
Yeah.
Like, I actually really like Ying, even though I don't have her. I've gotten fucked up by like the flash grenade smoke
She
combo
seems
way
really
too many
cool.
times.
But I mean, like, dude, this for Siege, it feels bad specifically with Lion, and I mean, I kind of felt this way about Dokkaebi.
Oh, yeah.
You feel bad and punished for moving and like to play aggressively. And I mean, there was a meta
I
where
feel like
all
it's
you
the
did
counter
was
to
roam
that
out.
roaming meta.
Yeah, which it,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
It's like swinging too far back
They,
the other way now.
dude, ever since Caviera came out, like that was when Caviera came out was pretty much when roaming like was the strongest.
Yeah.
And now like each update they've just been like,
Yeah.
how do we fuck these people?
Yeah,
like,
so
how
she
do
never
we...
gets picked now.
Yeah, like it's fucking frustrating. But I just really hope that they don't continue that trend of like, because the biggest reaction whenever Finka and Lion came out, other than the people screaming OP, was that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what they're going for is
Yeah.
that's fucking awesome. I really hope they just try and come up with like smart,
Yeah.
like intelligently designed
Yeah.
features in the game. Like I don't like global.
Do you think
I win
maybe they
buttons
made
and-
these noob operators because they have an influx of noobs? So it's like, hey, are you bad at the gameplay,
It-
Lion, and you won't like feed on your team?
I think it's one
You
of those
know?
things.
Because people used to say, oh, just like if you play Rook, you can just put down
Yeah.
the
vest.
plays.
So if you die immediately, at least you did something.
Yeah, I mean, it
You
kind
play
of like
Rook
that.
a lot, don't you?
I play Rook a lot, yeah. And I literally, like, most of the time whenever I play Rook, when I'm playing solo, I'll be like, all right, guys, I put the armor down. Like,
My job is done.
You guys
the rest
got
is
it,
up
right?
to you.
I'm eating taquitos. But, no, dude, the game's just been frustrating me. And it is one of those things where, like, I think that ranked, like, those 8 games pretty much, like, spelled the downfall of me playing Siege for a little bit. But I still have fun with it whenever I do, like, launch it. Like I
Yeah.
said last night, I launched it and played some casuals. It was still, it's really fun. It's a fun game. Probably one of my favorite shooters ever. But I can't help but be frustrated when something stupid happens in it. Like,
And there is some counterplay to Lion. Mute can put down a jammer and then move. It's a small radius that mutes.
it's the same with Dokkaebi as well.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like there is some counterplay, but there's even less counterplay. Like if you think Finka's counterplay is very like specific, Lion's is even more so.
You have to be standing in range of a mute jammer.
Yeah.
Like,
Otherwise, you're seen. So it's
Yeah.
just kind of like, I don't know. It's a little.
Yeah. Yeah, like you guys are saying that it's OP, but also there are like professional players
Yes.
who say it's OP. There are
Yeah.
like super high rank
Yeah.
streamers who say it's OP.
it's just it's OP, but it's also like even if it wasn't overpowered, I still wouldn't like a global ability.
Yeah,
like
it
you
feels
don't have
bad.
to think as much.
It feels
Yeah.
bad for somebody to press the button and you're affected, even though they didn't outplay you. You're just in the same game as
Yep.
an operator.
There's nothing more annoying than whenever you like maybe you don't have all the like you're defending, you don't have all the operators, the attacking operators, what's it called, like scanned yet, so you don't know who they're playing, and you'll shoot a guy and you'll shoot him like 3 times in the chest, but he fucking like unloads a barrel at you and you die and you're like, shit, he got a lucky like pop up, you know, like he got like a headshot.
Yeah.
No, he was finked and he literally just held down the button on your head. Like it's
Yeah.
frustrating as hell, but they're not going to take it out, so I guess
Yeah,
it's just
I mean,
one of those
it's they're gonna. I would assume, but like, I feel like Siege, they had that kind of drama with the Outbreak packs or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they backpedaled on that, and then fucking. I think the community is too. I don't think it'll last.
I don't know.
I mean,
What,
that being said,
Siege?
Ela got fucking.
Do you think they
was
would
OP
ever like
forever.
rework like they do in League of Legends? Like they take champions who have been in the game for like over 2-3 years, and they're just like, "Hey, this champion is not what it's supposed to be. We're gonna rework him. It's like a whole new champion."
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, that's the cool thing about Siege is that pretty much every operator has their use.
Yeah.
Like every
So if they
operator.
just alter the numbers, it would be okay.
Yeah, like something like that maybe, but that's what I'm saying is I just don't like the very nature of their abilities.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like that.
And I mean that's fine, and they can still exist in the game, and that can be an annoying fucking thing.
Yeah,
But like
exactly.
they should just from
Yeah.
here on out be like, okay,
Yeah,
maybe not
they should
a
just give them
global thing.
shittier guns because like that's how it is. Like I feel like in League of Legends, like champions who are easier to play have like a lower skill ceiling. So
Yeah.
it's like if you're the best Garen in the world, like
Yeah.
you're never gonna make it to like I don't know. I mean, there are challenger Garens, but it's like
Yeah, I mean it's just kind of. I mean Annie's that way. Like
Yeah.
she's very simple, very straightforward, and so it's kind of just like, if you do what they can do well, then I mean you can be good at the game, but there
Yeah.
has to be some drawback.
yeah. I mean, I know that those champions, a lot of people just find it boring. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if they can make that, like if they just make other operators who are like really fun to play, who are like
Yeah.
you know like you're like if you can do whatever their skill is, if you can do it well, then you're always gonna do
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
well, and it's like flashy too. If that's what because they want people to be like, oh shit, did you see that play? Like
Yeah.
yeah. Because no one's gonna be like, holy shit, Lion pushed the fucking button. Like
I've never seen someone play Lion like
You
that.
should have to like I don't know, stay still while it's going on or something.
yeah,
That
I
makes
figured I
sense.
thought like he would like be looking at like a monitor when he's doing that shit.
I mean, I don't know if this would be too harsh, but like I think it'd be cool cuz it is flying in the sky and it's outside.
you pilot it or something.
Well, if the defenders could like break a window and if they see it, shoot it. You
It's
can't
be
use
too
it.
easy though.
But that's the thing, though, is sometimes it's flying above the house. Like, you'd have to sit there and, like, look at a window, you know? And that would take away
And be
from a
like-
defender
and, like,
watching a room
open
or watching an
yourself,
angle.
Yeah, too.
It
Like,
would
it-
have to take more than just. It would have to take a good amount of shots. I feel,
And maybe it's not down forever. Maybe
Yeah.
it's only down, like...
or maybe it takes away a charge.
yeah,
or
something like that, yeah.
We should be.
Or
game
if they
designers.
just took them out of the fucking game and act
telling-
like that update never happened.
PH Fortnite or whatever the fuck.
Let's make Rainbow
genius.
7 Siege.
Right, we're one above you. Siege also had a game mode that came out.
Oh, yeah, Outbreak.
Yeah,
It was pretty
It's
fun,
gone
cool.
now. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. They, I was kind of on board with you a little bit. I thought, you know, like it would be interesting, like once or twice.
Yes.
But I think it was like that their version of the tank from Left 4 Dead.
yeah,
Basically, whenever I knew that the game mode was pretty fucking cool,
Yeah.
was whenever I saw you get hit by the tank
Oh.
and just get shot through like
A
4 or
fucking-
5 walls.
yeah.
Like he just fucking broke the wall, like broke a hole in the wall, and like it made me realize that it'd be really cool if they did come out with different kinds of games with that destruction
Yeah.
engine, because they're like I've only ever thought about it in the context of Siege.
100%.
Yeah, the maps in Siege are like the best part about it. It's
Oh,
the reason
yeah.
why it's so good.
Yeah,
And like I feel like that like the tank of Outbreak is way better designed than the tank of Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh,
'Cause
absolutely.
it's just a bullet sponge that punches you
Left
a
4 Dead
bunch.
2 is like a 10-year-old game now.
I know, but I mean,
Older
like it's
than that.
Valve, so they're known for having or supposedly good game design. I mean, they do.
Supposedly.
But, yeah, I don't know.
What agenda do you
People
No,
only played Left 4 Dead for
they
like
absolutely
10 years after it came out.
They
People still play
absolutely
that
have
shit.
a fucking great game design, but it's like the counterplay of like the tank and Siege is, you know, you can run up behind it, you can shoot it, it'll run into a wall and you can stab its back and you do a lot of damage. But like fucking Left 4 Dead is just like, oh, we have to shoot it a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Granted, in that game, it's a lot more like
It's arcadey. You pick up weapons all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. Outbreak was very, very fun. It was definitely nothing new, nothing innovative.
Right.
It was a fun little fuck around thing.
It'll be cool to see it come back in
100%.
October, I bet. So.
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
And it was also a platform for them to push like a whole new.
That was definitely like a test run. You know, they're
yeah.
doing something huge with that.
Yeah.
Like maybe a standalone game or something.
And they kind of did their whole little like there was a story behind it and everything, and like,
really fucking beautiful cutscenes.
oh yeah.
Like that shit's crazy.
I think it would be cool, but I guess the game's selling more, and they can expand on the game more, and maybe like this is completely like out there, but it would be cool if they like devoted a team, because when Siege was announced and they said they were doing a multiplayer only Rainbow Six game, people were pissed because Rainbow Six has always had a storyline. It's always had some kind of like campaign to go through. I think it would be cool if they did like events like that where you kind of add character to all of the operators and give them like
lore.
Yeah, exactly. And like,
well, I mean, they had those like operator videos when you first bought a character. But I mean, like,
that's all there was. That was
and
all
I mean,
lore.
even now the DLC they don't have that. For
yeah,
characters.
they have a bio page for all the people that want to like know what Ash's real name is and shit. Like,
what's her age?
Real?
Is she single?
Yeah.
Ash, hit me up.
What's wrong with your head?
Why does the hitbox not exist?
How many polygons you got, girl?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really like the game mode, but for me, I didn't really play it like a ton. I played it a good amount, but I feel like it would get boring.
Oh yeah.
If you played it, I mean, Left 4 Dead 2 was like that, where it's like you play it, you beat the campaign. If you go through again,
But they had multiple campaigns that I thought.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
More
Like,
replayability.
You beat all the
the
campaigns
mall
or
and
whatever.
the forest
And I
all
mean,
that
like
shit.
after that, it's kind of like you come back to it every so often, kind of like
Yeah.
Matt was talking about in Vermintide. You just come back to it to fuck around occasionally. That's what I kind of felt like this game mode would be.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool because, like, I almost said for me, as a straight white male in Left 4 Dead 2, the melee combat was like killing zombies with an axe and just splitting open their chest and like seeing all their guts fall out and everything. That was cool as shit.
Yeah.
And that was like probably like 50% of the reason why I like the game.
Speaking of, another game that has
Dying
Light.
Light.
Dying Light is fucking fantastic.
gore.
I don't know if you tried
Dude.
to transition into that, but that was really well.
I mean, yeah, let's transition into that.
Fucking Dying Light. Dude,
Calculated.
that is some satisfying ass melee
It's
combat.
fucking amazing, dude. It's not even, I don't even want to say it's complex.
No.
It's just you can feel the weight of your weapon, and also it does gore better than I've ever seen a game do gore.
Yeah, and like
I wanted to get this game for a while. now.
it's
awesome.
it's 4-player co-op, man. Hop in.
4-player co-op. I
It
thought
is.
2-player co-op.
Nope,
No.
4-player.
So it feels really
Nice,
good.
buddy.
The parkour is super cool.
It's
I
awesome.
think it's only like $30 too, right?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know how much
It's
it is.
cheap. It's not $60.
Anyway, yeah.
We got the summer sale coming up soon, right?
The parkour is super fun in that game. Like running around, jumping on buildings and shit. And then like being able to just cut a zombie in half like multiple different ways is
It's fantastic.
super satisfying.
You can cut them in half like vertically.
Yeah, like
Nice,
some straight up
dude.
fucking
They just like fall. Like,
exactly like that.
Fantastic.
yeah.
You can fucking like you cut off their head and just like blood. And it's
Just like a fountain of blood.
Kind of just spurts out and
I
they
love
fall
that
over,
shit,
dude.
There's honestly like the moment I knew that I was gonna like the game is when we first played it.
Yeah.
Like I think I didn't even have a computer that could run it. I literally was playing it like 30 frames max, and I had a hammer, just a
ball peen
hammer,
hammer, yeah.
just mashing a zombie's head in. Like it was on the ground, and I was just beating the fuck out of its face.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, its whole head like collapses, and you just see its jawbone laying on the floor and shit.
So I guess I have a criticism,
Right.
and my criticism is I feel like I enjoyed the game way more when 5 zombies was a lot of zombies.
Yeah.
And like we didn't recently. You know, you upgrade your character, and it's kind of just like, okay, now I one shot that.
Right.
And it's just kind of like, I don't know. Like I get it. And maybe we're over leveled for our portion in the campaign.
Right.
So maybe we get later on. It's like the zombies are now stronger and they can match up to your power. But it's kind of like I enjoyed it way more when I was like, shit, I gotta like swing at these zombies a whole bunch. Like they're fucking
I
taking
think
a
the
while.
thing is we haven't started playing at night yet.
Yeah.
Because at night all the zombies are stronger.
That's the other thing. Dying Light is fucking terrifying at night.
and
because
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
it's not like it's not like, well, I'm a good video game player. I'm just gonna. Like, your skill points are doubled at night. Everything you earn is doubled.
You level up fast.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not everything you earn. You level up faster, but like the fucking zombies coming at you is just like insane.
Yeah,
and they will fuck you up.
Even if I'm not mistaken, even like there's special types of zombies like there is in any zombie game like that. And at night they have a type of zombie that only comes out at night because it's like UV light fucks it up, and that's you actually have a UV flashlight to kind of counteract that. But those ones suck and they fuck you up. Like they absolutely fuck you up. But
what happens if you die in this game?
You lose.
You lose
there's 3 things that you level. You level up your survivor like abilities. You level up your combat, and you level up your parkour abilities. When you die, you lose survivor experience.
Okay.
And but if I'm not mistaken, at night even the dumb little zombies become runners, right?
I'm not sure. We've only done it like 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's always like, all right, we gotta go.
Yeah,
we gotta leave.
it's hard as shit,
and it's
dude.
scary because you're out in the world, right? So there's little zones where you can kind of be safe or whatever.
Yeah.
And you obviously have to unlock those to like make sure you can have like different safe houses. But it's scary as fuck when you're out there, have no safe houses, and the lady comes on the radio and it's like, all right, guys, it's getting towards night. You got to get back. And it's like, shit. Like I don't want to be out here at night. Because I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah, like during the day you can sit there. My favorite ability in the game is you can get like 2-handed sledgehammers and axes, and you get a whirlwind ability. And like that game also has some of the best like ragdoll physics I've ever seen. And it does like kind of that Mortal Kombat thing. Like if you hit him in the head with a hammer, it'll go into slow motion and show an X-ray of their
the
head.
skull.
Yeah, and it'll just kind of crack.
And you can it applies force to that. So when you have a sledgehammer and you do a whirlwind, you'll like send one flying into a wall, and it'll go into slow motion, showing the ribs cracking at the impact of the wall. Dude. And like you'll do that during the day. You'll be like, I'm a bad. I just killed like 50 zombies. Then you go out at night and you're like, should I turn my flashlight on? Like,
there's an ability where you throw your weapon.
Oh god,
which is so fucking fun because you get like a hatchet and you just see a zombie and you just toss it. And you see it fly and it just sticks in their head, and their hair and their head just fucking flips back, and they just like fucking fall over. And it's like, that's fucking cool, dude. You can just run through your entire arsenal of weapons, just like, okay, hatchet, okay, hammer, okay, knife. I gotta throw my 2-handed axe now. Fuck that. It's just like.
The drop kick ability,
yeah,
dude, that game, like the physics and everything behind that game are like the physics, the gore, and the melee combat are just, and the parkour. Pretty much everything you do in that game is on fucking point. The story is
sounds really good.
It's a
Part
story.
2 is coming out this year, right?
What's that?
Part 2 for Dying Light.
Is
there a part 2?
Yeah, there is.
Shit.
Yeah, Dying Light 2 I think is this year sometime.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I had no idea.
I didn't know. I mean, I don't know if it's coming out. It just says it's confirmed.
Yeah, I thought it was this year.
It is. If
it says 2018, but there's no like date. It just says 2018.
It's one of the funnest games to play that I've ever played. The most funnest word.
Yep.
Yeah, maximum funnest.
Yeah. Like if you had a fun chart, it'd be funnest.
Off the charts almost.
No, it'd still be on the chart.
Okay. Let's not get crazy.
Come on.
League of Legends, that's off the charts, dude.
But like not in the way you thought. Like
it's
like down.
It's in the base.
That way.
If there's an aggression for fun chart, it's fucking. It's right over there.
If there's an aggression for fun chart, I tore the chart up.
I don't know. It's a good game. There's a lot of side quests, which is okay.
We talking about Dying Light?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Not League. No, there's side quests in League of Legends.
Yeah.
You got to go to the
go in the jungle
shopkeeper.
and talk to the wolves.
Yeah. Kill 3 wolves, bring back their eye.
We want you to destroy their inhibitors.
That would be cool if there were quests in League.
Yeah.
Where you had to like kill like 3 towers solo.
I mean, they do that for like the bonus EXP,
Yeah.
where it's like kill like 50 towers.
We're getting off fucking track, dude. Fuck. All right, so yeah, Dying Light. I really like the side quests. Some of them.
Yeah, some of them are just. I left my glasses at my apartment.
Yeah, but others are like. I guess not. I'm not talking about.
I'm not joking. That really is a side quest.
Yeah. I guess I misspoke when I said I like the side quests. I like there's certain like challenges.
Oh my god.
For like he was mentioning that there's 3 skill trees or whatever. So there's certain challenges for like I think 2 of the skill trees that are like, hey, you can do this specific special little mini game, and you get a lot of points for this, and also it's really cool. So like going from having a hatchet to doing a combat challenge where your goal is just like fucking mow people down with like a shotgun is just so fucking cool.
Yeah, the mission itself is a director that normally does zombie movies. Basically went to Haran, which is the place that the game's set.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's millions of dollars of special effects in these streets. Like, he's literally going there to film you kill zombies to use in his movies rather than have it be all hair and makeup and everything. And he gives you, like, the first one's like a double barrel shotgun. You have to kill like 50 zombies or something. And that game, I imagine later on in the game, guns become more common. But so far, I think I've like gotten like 3 clips for an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Like, and you go to just being able to just shoot however, like, you don't have to worry about ammo at all.
Yeah.
And you just blow zombies' faces off and shit. That game's really fun.
You've sold me.
It's a really good game.
It's really fun. And the parkour, like, we've just really been talking about the combat, but the parkour is excellently done too.
Super satisfying and like very cool.
It's one of those things where at the beginning,
The game's pretty fast.
oh yeah, dude.
And like at night, parkour is fucking key. It's kind of like Mirror's Edge, where like you have to conserve momentum on certain things, and if you like, you run up to too high of a wall, you drop a little bit too hard, too far rather, and you lose speed, especially at night when shit is on your ass.
Yeah.
It's like, let's get going, guys.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. Do you guys want to like do a league story real quick while I go take a piss?
Let's go take a piss, dude.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
How long have we been going? I think about wrapping it up soon,
It's
actually.
an hour 20.
Hour
Oh,
20.
oh,
Yeah, we can
shit.
just wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, here, I'll wait until we wrap it up.
All right. Well, I think that's all we've been doing this week. That's all. We talked about every topic, every single one. So you don't have to check the news anymore. Don't listen to any other podcasts. Don't even look at your phone. Don't ask your friends. You got it all right
Old
here.
Zuckerberg's watching you if you're on your phone. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Don't destroy that shit. Just listen to us. We don't watch you. That's
We'll
our
be
selling
back
point.
next week to record. I don't know when you're going to listen to this or the next episode.
Yeah.
Maybe
People
Matt
are
will be there, but
clamoring
it's
for
a arduous process.
I think we
what
should
he's
just
going through.
replace Matt. I like Jeremy more. Matt's I don't like his laugh.
You know, Matt even told me that. He's like, I like you more than I like me.
Yeah, let's get him.
I feel
on.
like everyone would feel that way.
All right, but yeah, that's it, guys.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you next time on the Casually Toxic Podcast.